All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, and citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dowell here. I want to speak to us here this morning, trying to at least do my part in contributing to the younger generation. You know, one thing that I'm very, very big on is trying to teach the people who are behind me, like 20 years behind me, to not be like my generation, to where they believe and think that they're defined by a product, meaning whatever product you have, whatever product you are sporting and stuff, that defines you as a person. I'm trying to get people to be more centered upon continually to keep advancing the family. And of course, you know, I'm going to say some things that's going to offend some people in a very negative way, even though I don't mean offense. I'm just telling the truth here. You know, mothers are the first line teachers to every child. And if a mother is harvesting some secret bitterness, secret offense, to the point that not only can she not even teach the children, you know, the Bible teaches that the older women are supposed to be able to teach the younger women how to love their husbands, love their children, and guide the house. We don't have that systemically across the board. We just simply don't have that. What we have is we have a bunch of older people in my generation that is secretly offended, secretly full of envy, and we as a whole, 99% of the women are in no position whatsoever at all to lead by example or to even give an example to the younger generation. And of course, many of them will keep their mouth closed, won't say anything because they feel like that there's nothing you can tell this generation. Now, mind you, I'm speaking about a generation. I'm speaking about a time where it's said too many times more often than not, where things have changed. Things have changed. Things have changed. Pastor Dowell, you got to see that things have changed. Things have changed. Things have changed. Yes, things have changed. And just because things have changed, that does not mean that they're better. That just means that things are different. And of course, as the world begins to wax worse and worse, if you ask me what that change is, the change is people going from bad to worse. And so just because things have changed means that things are different. Doesn't mean that it's better. And when you're trying to reach, I try my best to always be an example. Listen, I'm 54 years old. I'm a few months away from 55 years old. Are you following me? And I'll give you an account here of a true story, a true experience. I have two young elders in the ministry, both of them in their mid-30s. All right, one of them has been with me 14 years. The other one has been with me 10 years. The one that's been with me 14 years, I probably have invested time, energy, and effort. I know I have. I know I've actually helped them purchase land. I've helped mentor them and try to teach them. And I've also went, and which you can go back and look in the archives of my videos, you can see me. Actually went many, many occasions and built a house from ground up for them and the other people that are in the faith to be able to live in and live there debt free. And I just recently just give this particular elder that's been with me 14 years $10,000, which is supposed to go onto the house to help finish it off. And nevertheless, the house is not finished. And you know the reason why? Because when you are focused on the love of money, when you covet after money, you begin to err from the faith. And money becomes your motivation. And while all this is going on, he has been behind the scenes trying to become some type of entrepreneur, using the actual money that I was actually giving him, lying to me, and using it for other pursuits, in which he had me believing and thinking that he was using this for the advancement of the family structure and the kingdom. Now let's contrast this to another elder that's been with me 10 years in his mid-30s. This elder, and mind you, the other elder, he had the previous elder I'm speaking about, he had a kind of like a handyman business. just doing good enough to keep the bills paid. But let's go to the next elder. The next elder, been with me 10 years. He talks to me, picks my brain and my mind and what to do, how to do it. He goes and implements it. The light is revealed to him as he goes. And this elder was making 6 figures. And he gave up that whole job. Now, what I'm going to tell you is something contrary to popular opinion. He gave up his 6-figure job in Houston, making a lot of money. He now owns 86 acres of land. He already has a home, another home being built, and I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow with a few other brothers, and we're going to go build another home up there on that land so that people can move in. He has 3 children, and he owns a trucking company. All because he followed the direction that this man right here in front of him did. Mind you, 2 of them. One of them seemed like and act like they were following direction, but they were actually doing something contrary, and they have not prospered in their way. And has undermined it and kept stuff, coveted after other things. But the second one has stayed the course. And he has been blessed beyond all belief. And guess what? He owes no man nothing. Even while owning a trucking company, 86 acres, and has plenty of land for other Israelites, other brethren to live out there. And they all are living debt free. Now, you look at the 2 total contrasts there. Here's one that seemed like, put forth and act like that he was following me as I follow Messiah. And you have this one really, truly, without any hypocrisy, follow me as I follow Messiah. And has gotten it done. Simply, utterly amazing the difference between the 2. One, you can see the fruit, and the fruit bear witness of itself. The other one is low-hanging fruit that's getting ready to decompose and rot literally on the stem. It's just sad. But those who have taken my advice and done the things that I've asked them to do, and then once they get to their geographical location, I can't be there to micromanage what they have learned from me. It's up to them to be able to apply the wisdom and knowledge in the place where they're at. And if they need me, they have me here for counsel. But we have to understand that, see, now my focus is on 40 years behind me, 50 years behind me, 30 years behind me. I'm trying to teach the generation that's 20 years behind me what will work. And you cannot have a righteous, sanctified, holy generation of people who are not going to be influenced by the internet, Hollywood, the music industry, to where the whole heightened sense of life for them is children at 3 and 4 years old being stimulated sexually by twerking and tweaking and talking and booty bopping and everything else. You automatically start them off the wrong way. There's no hope then. I need people that's going to be mature, the people that's going to see the forest for the trees. See, we are a magnificent, wonderful people. And if I've got people my age and older too offended, living life's of shame and regret because things ain't going the way that they think it ought to be, refusing to pour off into the young generation. Mind you, some people, they can't pour because there's such thing as refuse because they have nothing to offer. Because when you look at their life and themselves, they literally have nothing to offer to the women come behind me. But I'll assure you, there are women that want to change. There are men that want change. There are women and men that really truly want to be mentored, and they want something better other than what they have seen come from their parents, their grandparents. They're influenced by the environment. The ministry I'm in, we are loaded with pastors' children. They call them PKs. I have all kinds of pastor children, and their fathers are still pastors. They are over here following me as I follow Messiah. You know why? Because they're tired of the rhetoric. They're tired of the hypocrisy. They're tired of the religion. They're tired of just being fake, phony, and false. And they want something better for their children. Because if we don't teach our children, the world is out there waiting to educate them and teach them their ways. And our value system has got to be greater. If you want to know what I teach, just go back a few videos and look at that garden that we're doing. We're actually exalting the old ways and the old paths. We have many businesses that are going on in the ministry that the next generation, after they're being taught by us, they're going to have to run these businesses to keep income coming in so we can circulate our dollars and our income within our own communities and continue to keep expanding them, buying more lands, and having righteous children and teaching them the way of Yah. I don't understand what's wrong with it. Whatsoever at all. Children are waiting to be poured into. And I can understand if you don't have anything to offer. If all you have is the world, mess, junk, no wisdom, stay away. Don't teach them anything. But it's obvious that the next generations, you can't have a good, righteous generation without having babies. And these babies have got to be influenced by righteous, holy people who get it. Regardless of what people say about Pastor Dowell, they try to impugn my character. They try to paint me up. There's all kind of other stuff, but I really truly don't pay too much attention to it because most of these people are people who are full of envy and full of jealousy. And if you compare our lives, their lives pale in comparison to what I produce and what I've showed you. Listen, the Messiah himself said, by their fruit you shall know them. I take young men and I try to teach them the ways of Yah and what's going to prosper them. They can pick and choose what they're going to do. But I'm also watching out to find out who's wise and who can be in succession after this, because you definitely don't want a fool to inherit. You don't want a fool or a generation of fools to be in charge of everything that we have built. Their mind has to be shaped by people like myself and people like righteous women, older women that are not in competition, that are not jealous of the younger women, regardless of their shortcomings. I mean, a lot of them come from the world. All they have is world is in them. If you are in the position of an older mother, older woman, you should be able to easily know how to reach them and reach them with truth, reason, and an example. Teach them to stay away from Hollywood, to stay away from people who try to get them to hate themselves. I was looking online the other day. The majority of women today, all fake, phony, and false. Indians' hair, somebody from India in them. Chinese eyebrows. All type of insertions in the breast, insertions in the ass. Fake, false, phony makeup. You've seen what this makeup does, right? It makes people look other than that. What happened to, let me teach you, young daughter of Zion, how to be a good homemaker. I mean, after all, isn't mother one of the highest calling in the universe? Why would you want to teach your child how to gyrate? I forget what they call that thing, twerking. When you can teach them in a righteous example, especially if they're a daughter of Zion. What woman has actually spent time in preparing their daughters for marriage to a righteous man? Because all women want their reproach taken away, but no, you've been taught the vanity of this world. Go get education, make money, don't trust any man, provide your own way. And then you find out later on that the same people that gave you this damn advice they're at home alone with their damn cat or dog and lonely. looking for marriage, can't get marriage. Some of them wanted children and never had them because of their philosophies. Get connected with a righteous people that has your best interest in mind, that wants to see you married. This, like I tell you, this second elder I talked about, he's married to a beautiful daughter of Zion. They have 3 wonderful children. And listen, what is wrong with this man? You had 2 of them out. One of them said that he was following what I was doing, and he really truly wasn't. The next one, he said, and he is following what I'm doing, and he has prospered in every single way of life. He has what a lot of people in the world wish that they had, all because of obedience. Somebody tell me what's wrong with that. How many young men you know 35 years old that owns 86 acres of land? Lands with homes on it, and they're continuing to keep prospering. And not only lands with homes on it, but he's built this place so that other people can move their families. Single brothers and sisters, they can live there as well. Nice gardens, providing their own food, and owns a trucking company, and still bringing in money and working his fingers still to the bone, to be able to continue to keep produce, and is teaching his young son how to do things at a very young age while allowing them to still be children. Where the little girls are learning from women how to cook, how to clean, how to be a wife to a man, a good man. And the men are learning how to provide, how to be men of honor. They can't learn that on their own. They have to see it from a righteous example. Going to church out here is not going to teach you anything, because the church has nothing to offer. They're going to teach you to do like the way of the world. Go out here, get in debt, buy everything you can on credit, and then have the debt of sorrow on you, when the Bible clearly tells you that the borrower is a servant to the lender. You'll never really truly know what real true freedom and liberty is, because you're too busy going out here, working yourself, your fingers to the bones, in a job that you have to have, because if you don't, all your stuff goes away. And you have to continue to keep giving your stuff and your substance and your money to somebody else. And you don't have nothing to pour into your own family and your own homestead. And this young man has told all the people that, listen, we're here. As long as we're doing things the right way, this is a place not only for my children, but your children's children. We're commanded by the word to live set apart. We don't want to be like this world. Our children want to be like this world. I've been away from this world ever since I left the military. I ain't thinking about the world in any way, shape, fashion, or form. I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. And now I'm at the point to where you look at all these other ministries out here. I have 10 communities with over probably 400 something people on these communities that I actually oversee. And they're prospering in every single way imaginable possible. One of the few ministries that you can go on the internet and see young women that are in their 20s and 30s, still virgins, and getting married to responsible men that know their roles, women who know their roles. And the one thing I do is I speak against this worldly influence. We need to exalt the ways of the old paths. Remember, just because things are, times has changed, change doesn't mean that it's good. It just means it's different. And the different is going from bad to worse. When you look at these little children, as an older person, when you look at these young mothers as an older person, you look at these young men as an older person, you should want what's best for them. And you should repent for your wicked ways if you don't have anything to offer to them but silence. I tell you, it's remarkable and amazing what's going on in today's world. I hope I said something to stimulate thought. If this video has blessed you in any kind of way, consider subscribing over on my Patreon channel. Please hit the like button and tell others. And share this video with as many people as you can. Hopefully, we can save a people from a wicked and perverse world. People who will love the Most High and start keeping His commandments.